In this video, let us talk about the common mistakes that are made in daily simple conversation. So we shall call it Common English Mistakes in Daily Conversation. I have given you many videos on how to begin speaking English. But when you begin speaking English, you might speak with many mistakes. That is the first level where you are allowed mistakes. But once you want to go to the next level, then you must be aware that there are corrections which you have to make in order to improve your English. Follow all these videos because many of you are commenting about videos which are already there on the channel. All you have to do is look at the list of videos. There are more than 150 now. Look at the podcasts and the playlists, and you will be able to find exactly what you are looking for. Then you need not tell me that in the comment. Tell me about areas which I haven't corrected so that I can do those areas which I have not touched upon yet. So today we have a conversation between friends who try to correct the English of another person who makes a mistake. This is called peer learning, P-E-E-R, peer learning, learning from your own age group, learning from people who you are close to. So here the conversation begins like this. Hi friends, I loves to go to temple. And you? Hi friends, I loves to go to temple. I loves to go temple and you. A friend replies, I too love to go to a temple. I love going to a temple in the evening. You not using I loves why? The first speaker who has made some mistake. I loves to go temple is the sentence this first friend has used. Now that same friend says, you not using I loves. Why? Oh dear. Now the friend whose English is better is saying, oh dear, there are some mistakes in the sentences you have just used. Do you mind if I correct your English? Do you mind? You're taking permission. Do you mind if I correct your English? That friend says, no, I wants to learn. No, I wants to learn. The second friend says, okay, then I will tell you some mistakes you made and how to correct them. First mistake. Now, one by one, the friend is going to say, first mistake. With the pronoun I, we should use verb without S. You said I loves, I wants. That is not correct. You should say I love and I want. The first person who spoke, the person who's making mistakes says, then where I used loves and wants, then where I used loves and wants. This first speaker is making a mistake in every sentence that he or she is speaking, but not getting disappointed, not stopping to speak. See how you learn to speak? You speak, you make mistakes, but you don't worry about the mistakes. In every sentence that he or she has spoken, the first speaker, I loves to go temple, then you not using I loves why? I wants to learn, then where I used loves and wants. All these have problems. So it says, the friend says, you can use loves with third person singular. He loves, she loves, It loves. Only with these three you can use nouns which have, you can use verb which has S. You can also use it with singular nouns like the student wants or the officer wants, or you can say the child loves. So wants and loves can be used with singular nouns and with singular pronouns. You can say the dog loves. You can say the traveler goes. Whenever we use present tense with third person singular, please use verb with S. Okay, I'm making many mistakes like this every time. First speaker. I'm making many mistakes like this every time. The second person says, you should say, I have been making, not I making. I have been making instead of I making. Ing verbs always need helping verbs in front of them. I have been making. Wait. Let me note all. So the first speaker is very interested in learning correct English. So he or she says, wait, let me note all. So making notes of all the corrections. You must note and then practice many times, the friend says. Now let us move to another mistake you made in the first sentence. I loves to go temple. You should say to go to the temple. Here there are two mistakes actually. Go is a verb which cannot take a noun immediately. So you have to put a preposition to. And temple is a singular noun which needs an article. Now, for all those who are watching this video, please go to these uh, lessons which are already there on the channel. Preposition is there, article is there. You will get what is being explained here. So the friend says, you said to go temple. Here we have two mistakes. You have to say to go to a temple. So you have to add preposition to, you have to add article a. Then you have the correct sentence. Let me say that sentence once more. Now see how the first speaker is so eager to learn. Says, let me repeat this first sentence once more. I love to go to a temple. You said the same, I remember now. Is it correct now? I love to go to a temple. Then the friend says, yes, it is absolutely correct. But when I used the correct sentence, you did not notice at that time that you had made a mistake. Now I have explained the mistake. You noticed that it was a mistake. But immediately you said, I love to go temple. I corrected it and said, I also love to go to a temple. I love going to a temple in the evening. A temple I use twice. Going to, go to, I use twice. But you did not notice. That means when somebody is speaking correct English, you are not correcting your own English. Unless you listen carefully, the friend is saying, unless you listen carefully, you cannot get correct English. So please listen carefully, then you can correct your own mistakes. I'm learning now. Tell me some other mistakes. I'm learning now. Tell me some other mistakes. Correct sentence. You used why at the end of a question, which is not correct. Why should be used at the beginning of the question. You not using loves why. That is the sentence which was used. The question, immediately after the question word, you have to use the verb. So the question will be, why are you not using I loves? You not using I loves, why? You said and put question mark. That is not correct. You should say, why are you not using I loves? I loves is within quotation because that is a mistake. After the question word why, we place the verb. So, why are you? Then subject comes. Why you are, we don't say. We say, why are you? You should remember that all question words where we use words like why, how, where, when, all these have the same format. Question word, verb, subject. That is how you have to use. I try to remember. Now you are talking about the future. The friend corrects. Now I try to remember, you said. You are talking not about the present, but about the future. So you should say, I will try to remember, not I try to remember. Thank you. I will try to remember. But time going quickly, then what I do? Now here are two more sentences. Time going quickly, not correct. What I do, not correct. Again, I need to suggest some corrections. Do you mind? Now, again, permission. You're making so many mistakes. Can I correct? Then the person says, thank you. Do you mind? The learner, the person who's making the mistake, says, no, no, you have given many nice points, isn't it? Then the person says that here there are mistakes. Well, here again, there is a mistake. First, let me tell you about this. When you add a tag question, isn't it? The verb should be the same as the one before it. Let me stop here and tell you that there is a video on questions. The question words have the third type of question, and that is a tag question. You have three types of questions in that video. You go there, you will learn all the rules. This person has made a mistake. You have given many nice points, isn't it? So he says, so your sentence should be, you have given many points, haven't you? The same verb have and the same subject you, not isn't it? Isn't it? It is raining, isn't it? It is subject, is there negative, isn't? That is correct. But you have given many nice points. That you cannot have, isn't it? You have to say, haven't you? Then, this is the correction. So your sentence should have said, many nice points, haven't you? This is one mistake. Okay, now you have given me one mistake. You found other mistakes? Question. You found other mistakes? Now here is a mistake. So you say, did you find any other mistakes? Did you find any other mistakes? Yes, I will tell you about them. You said, but time going quickly. This sentence is not right. You can say it in more than one correct form. You can say, time is passing swiftly, or we are spending a lot of time. You can say many of these things. But time is passing swiftly. Now, is it right? Again, the learner is repeating the sentences, says, time is passing swiftly. Is this correct? Yes, I'm happy that you are saying the correct sentence aloud. That is the best way to learn. You are saying the correct sentence aloud and noting them down too. If you keep practicing like this, you will never make mistakes while speaking English. Any other mistakes? Yes. Earlier you said, then what I do? The correct form is, then what should I do? Then what should I do? That is the correct form, not what I do. And just now you said, any other mistake I'm making? Just now you said, any other mistake I'm making? Here the correct form is, are there any other mistakes I have made? Are there any other mistakes I have made? Now the person repeats. Are there any other mistakes I have made? See, I'm repeating correctly. Now I'm slowly understanding these. Please say, the friend is correcting again. Please say, I am able to slowly understand these. Not understanding. I am slowly able to understand these. I think that is all for today. I will speak with you again to improve my English. Now, the friend who is making many mistakes wants to keep talking to the other friend. Now, who is your other friend here? The other friend says, you are most welcome. I will be happy to help you. So your friend, if you want to practice alone, if you don't have a friend to practice, or if you don't have a friend who speaks good English, then your friend is your listening. See how listening is so important? Look at the amount of mistakes this person has made. The first mistake is, I loves to go to temple. The correct sentence is, I love, not loves, to go to a temple. So, to a temple. Go requires to a temple. You not using loves, why? That is the second question. The correction is, why are you not using I loves? Why are you not using the expression, the phrase, I loves? Then you have the correct form is, why are you not using the phrase I loves? Next mistake is, I wants to learn. Now, here again, the correction is, I want to learn. He wants to learn. She wants to learn. A student wants to learn. A child wants to learn. If you have a pet, then you say, my puppy wants to learn. If you have a parrot, you say, my parrot wants to learn. So he, she, it, all these forms have the wants or loves form, S form. Others don't have. Then where I used loves and wants. Now see how many mistakes there are. Then where should I use, not used, where should I use loves and wants? I already told you where you should use loves and wants. So the question is, where should I use? Not where I used. That form is not correct. Then you have another mistake. I'm making many mistakes like this every time. Here you have to say, I make many mistakes like this often. You can, instead of saying every time, you can say often. Often I make many mistakes like this often. Or I am making many mistakes today. I am making many mistakes now. You don't say making mistakes without helping verb am, and you don't say making mistakes for a something which happens in the past, present, and it is not continuous. You have time periods when you make. There are all videos on verbs and tenses. All those 5 videos, if you see again and again, you will not make mistakes like this. Now you have another mistake. I'm making much mistakes, suppose you say. Then you have to say, I'm making many mistakes. You can't say I'm making much mistakes. You have to say, I'm making many mistakes. I try to remember. You can't use I try to remember for a thing which is going to come in the future. So today you learned, you will try to remember from tomorrow. So the correct form is I will try to remember. Then you have time going quickly. Then you say time passes swiftly. Not quickly, but swiftly. Time going, we don't say. Again, going without a helping verb is not used. So you say time passes swiftly. Or, we are wasting time. That form also you have to uh, use whenever you want. Then you have the, you know, other mistakes I making. Any other mistakes I making? Again, you have question. Then, are there any other mistakes I have made? Are there any other mistakes I have made? Then you have another sentence. I am slowly understanding these. So you say that I am able to understand these slowly, or I am able to slowly understand these, not understanding. These are some of the corrections which we have seen in this, conversation. Now, what are we doing here? Let us see. Some person who is able to speak a few sentences of English is speaking to a friend who is correcting the mistakes. So the person who doesn't know correct English is not hesitating to speak. There is no hesitation. Again and again, that person is saying some sentences where there are mistakes, but the meaning is there. The meaning is obvious. The meaning is understood. So the friend is able to catch the meaning, but say that this is a wrong sentence and this is the correct form of the sentence. So if you read more, if you listen more, and when you are listening or reading, don't concentrate only on the meaning. That is what you do. When you watch this half an hour videos, which I'm posting every morning, then what do? You listen to all the points and you say, good morning, and we enjoyed the video and so on. You give very nice complimentary comments. I feel happy. But how many of you are paying attention to correct English in that, meaning which you have understood? The meaning is there in your mind. The points you have noted down or you have started practicing. But are you using the correct language? I'm trying to use the language slowly and clearly. Are you following this slow and clear, correct English? If you follow each sentence, in a 30-minute video, I must be speaking a few hundred sentences. If each sentence you note and you keep it in mind, these sentences will guide you to speak correctly. When you make a mistake, your listening and reading storage, it is there in your mind. This storage will tell you, oh, you have made a mistake. You will never say, I enjoys listening video. Then you will say, I enjoy listening to a video. So I enjoy, not enjoys. Listening video we cannot say. We say listening to, and video is singular, so we say I enjoy listening to a video, or to this video if you want to use some other word to qualify the singular nouns. Then you can say I am watching the videos every day. I'm watching. Now, see, you cannot say I'm watching to the videos every day. Because we have used video once, then you have to use the definite article. I've given you a whole video on articles. Now, many of you might not like to learn grammar. But please remember, your English will remain only at a basic level unless you want to move to the higher levels by learning correct English. Why am I interested in your correct English? If you are understood, if your meaning is clear, there is no worry at all. But I cannot be doing that disservice to all of you. I cannot encourage you to speak wrong English. I can tell you that beginners can learn by making mistakes. If you make hundreds of mistakes and you learn to correct those hundreds of mistakes, your English will become excellent. Without making any mistakes, none of us can learn a language. All of us make mistakes. Those of us who have not formally learnt our mother tongue make mistakes in the use of mother tongue also sometimes, because we have no formal education. We have only a colloquial language. The same thing happens with English. People who are uneducated but whose mother tongue is English make many mistakes in the use of English, but they are understood. We don't want to remain at that level. You are all eager to learn English for your profession, for your social life, for your ability to communicate with others. Therefore, please do not stop at fluency. Fluency is the first step. The second step is accuracy. So, unless you move towards correctness, you are not going to benefit. That is why I'm preparing videos for beginners, many videos where you don't have to worry about anything except listening and repeating. Listening and repeating. Then, as you listen, they go into your mind and you start thinking. Once you think, then you speak, it becomes spontaneous. You listen and you store. You read and you store. Then you think and it comes out in your speaking and in your writing. That is how language is learned. So, this is a simple conversation with a few corrections. I have just given you a few corrections as the two speakers are there. But if there are no two speakers, don't worry. You can do it yourself, but you have to build up a storehouse of correct English first. So, watch these videos many times if you need and note down each correct sentence. Then you move on to correcting your own sentences if you make a mistake there. Go back to the grammar videos again and again whenever you find that you're making some mistake which is a grammatical mistake. I have spoken in this only about grammatical mistakes. We will move on to vocabulary mistakes soon. And there I will tell you how words are often misused. All these we will do slowly. All of you who are watching the video, please remember to check the list and watch all those videos which are relevant to you, which interest you, which is what you want to learn. Because I find in many comments that you are mentioning a topic which I have already covered. Now, I'm not going to repeat that topic for you. I can only tell you, please go to the list and check. Many podcasts are there which you can see continuously. Playlists are there which have a list of videos on that particular topic. So please do all this. Subscribe if you haven't done, and share and like all these. Of course, all of you who are watching till the end will certainly do. Thank you and all the best.